Hi, I'm Emily Yep, Public Information Officer with the Cariboo Regional District, here with Kelsey Winter from the BC Wildfire Service, and we're going to talk to you today a little bit about FireSmart. So Kelsey, can you just tell us about your job?
Absolutely. So with the BC Wildfire Service, I'm the Communication and Engagement Specialist for Prevention, and I'm also one of the BC FireSmart liaisons for the province.
Awesome. So first of all, we're in the middle of fire season. Obviously, it's important for people to take steps ahead of a fire season to prevent and prepare for wildfires. But even in the middle of it, what are some of the things that people can do to help prevent wildfires from burning down their houses?
Absolutely. So one of the common misconceptions about FireSmart is that it's something that can only be conducted in advance of fire season, but it's actually something that you can be working on all year long. It's the most important thing that you can do to protect your home in the event of any kind of a wildfire, even an extreme one like the season we're seeing now. So there's definitely steps people can be taking every day to protect their homes from wildfire.
So one of the things we're seeing in the regional district is that we have some rural water systems. They're getting overused, and some of our systems are really running out of water, which is not a good problem to be having. So one of the things that we're wondering is, what can people do to FireSmart their homes that doesn't require water?
Absolutely. So the FireSmart program has zones that starts with the structure, so that's your home, and then works outwards. The most important thing they can do right now is work on the structure itself and the 10-meter zone that's around the house. So that involves clearing all your eaves from any kind of debris that's combustible, removing downed branches. There's dead grasses. If you have a firewood pile, moving it farther away from your home. So they're all things that require little to no investment and no water, and can significantly increase the chances of your home surviving a wildfire.
Great. And so maybe tell us a little bit about how FireSmart works.
Okay, so in the event of a wildfire, most often homes are destroyed because of embers, or the sparks that move advance of a flaming front. So for example, in Fort McMurray, the Horse River wildfire, there were homes that were destroyed that were over 9 kilometers away from the actual wildfire itself. So you don't have to live right on the edge of the forest to still be susceptible to wildfire damaging your property and your infrastructure. So wildfire embers, or sparks that come from the fire in the flaming front, come to your home in through the air, and they accumulate in combustible material. So if you have an eaves trough that's full of old dead leaves, that's a great place for a spark to settle in and ignite, and then that leads to your structure being destroyed. So any areas where fuel accumulates or there's combustible materials, that's really what you want to clear out, so embers have no purchase.
And so, there's a lot of FireSmart techniques, a lot of things that people can do. What would you say is kind of the best place, some of the easy tactics that people can start with?
So there are initiatives with FireSmart that are more cost intensive, like replacing your roof, making sure you have fire resistant siding. Those things also are difficult to start in the middle of a fire season. But little things like how I mentioned before, moving your firewood away from your house, or if you have a deck that has clearance underneath it, covering it and making sure that it's enclosed, putting weatherproofing on your garage door so embers can't get in that way. Little efforts like that can really make a big difference, and I'm only listing maybe 10% of them. There's a huge list of things that you can do that just require a little bit of effort on your part and the part of your neighbors, because a FireSmart community is stronger than a single FireSmart home. But those efforts, they require very little hours on your part, and they can make a huge difference in your home surviving.
That's some great advice. And so if people want to learn more about FireSmart, where should they go?
So there's some great resources out there. Of course, on the BC Wildfire webpage itself, there is a prevention page that talks about FireSmart. You can also go to FireSmart Canada, that has manuals like the ones that you see behind us that can talk you through fireproofing your home or FireSmarting your home. And there's some great videos actually online as well on YouTube that you can look up that walk you through everything you need to do to increase the chance of your home surviving.
Great. Thanks for joining us, Kelsey.
No problem. Thanks for having me.